Good morning. I'm Adriana Colina. I'm the Director of Logistics and Asset Management for the City of Tampa. And one of the divisions under my area of responsibility is our facilities management team. Since, this entire year, but we really noticed a spike in March of this year in vandalism and just awful acts in our parks and recreation facilities. And it was an uptick during spring break, and we wanted to get ahead of this now, especially for the summer. So we engaged our police department, and we're working with our teams to try and make a difference in our parks and rec centers. In the very site that we're at today, Ballast Point, we've really seen an uptick in vandalism in terms of graffiti. We've also seen people just actually ripping off the fish cleaning stations and throwing them into the water, leaving the pipes and waters running. And it's just unacceptable. It's very serious, and it takes away from the work that our facilities crew really should be doing, the work that they enjoy doing, painting our park benches, restriping basketball courts, and keeping our parks and rec facilities just beautiful and pristine for our visitors, for our children, and for everyone that comes to Tampa. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. And when you look at some of these pictures here off to my right, you see what people are seeing when they come to our facilities. And this isn't Tampa. We are better than that. We will have better than that. In vandalism at this site, it cost us about $5,000 to do the repairs that we've needed to do. When it's happened in our restrooms, we actually have to shut the facilities down. So the people that come here to exercise and enjoy our beautiful parks can't even use a restroom while we're making these unnecessary repairs. We're calling on our residents, we're calling on everyone to help us out. Our team this year alone has spent approximately $30,000 in making unnecessary repairs. We should be installing new playground equipment. We should be putting fresh coats of paint at our rec centers. We should not be dealing with this foolishness. And in Tampa, not in our house, we won't be. And I can promise you, we take this very seriously. And again, we've engaged our police department, and we will punish to the extent of the most extreme we can. We want to make an example. This isn't acceptable in Tampa. Thank you.
Srisha, do you want to come on up and explain the campaign?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Srisha Hills, Director of Parks and Recreation. Talk to you a little bit about our community. So while we're running this campaign is we really want our community to have a sense of ownership in this department. We are an award-winning department, and we want to continue to offer that to our residents. When we have graffiti and unnecessary damages, it makes it much harder for us as a city to provide that high level of service that each and everyone deserves. As Adri said, it's not only for the citizens that are here, but people that visit. You deserve to have the best, and we want to continue to provide the best. So this campaign called Love Your Park, it focuses on showing pride in our parks and deterring vandalism. What we're asking you as the residents and citizens, you guys are our eyes and ears. You're in these parks more than we are. Please let us know when you see it. We'll have TPD come up here and explain how you can make that connection and that contact. And what we're going to do is promote this campaign in all of our facilities. So you can go to any one of our recreation or community centers and in our parks, and we're going to have our campaign running, Love Your Parks. And it will tell you how you can get a hold or contact the local authority when you see something happen. In addition, our City of Tampa Community Engagement Partnership team, the two ladies right behind me, will also help make aware to our community and to our citizens, to our neighborhoods, to let you know, hey, if you see something, say something, and here's how you can find it out. So again, award-winning department, we want to keep giving you the best. You deserve the best. We are the best. So please help us in every way you can. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name's Captain Kevin Schoolmeesters, and I am the sector commander of this area. That means I'm responsible for all the police activity, basically south of Kennedy. On May 16th, we had two people come into this park and spray graffiti, not only in the park, but along the restaurant, the Taste of Boston, and also damage fish cleaning station near the pier. I just want to reiterate that that is a crime. Any damage over $1,000 in the state of Florida, which falls under the criminal mischief statute, is a crime. And we are working active leads in this case, and we're quite confident that we're going to catch the perpetrators that occurred in this crime. But we also want to make sure, obviously we have proactive patrol in all the parks, but there's only so many police officers, so we really do rely on the public's help. So as we say around the police department, if you see something, say something. Please call us, even if you think, any suspicious activity. And you can do that via our non-emergency line. Obviously, if it's an emergency, we ask you to dial 911. But if you see something suspicious, our non-emergency number is area code 813-231-6130. Also, you can report any activity through and download the Tampa PD app from either Google Play or the Apple Store, and you can do that anonymously. But again, we ask, the public's help. If you see something, say something, and please call us. We do have investigative leads. I can't go into great detail about it, but we're quite confident because some of the graffiti was kind of personal. So we're working on those leads.
And when we come to Ballast Point or any of the City of Tampa parks, we really see families coming out enjoying it. But when you see these images, it really hurts the community. What do you take away from it?
No, absolutely. Anytime. That's why also when there are cases like this, we work with our partners within the city to have a team out here to either pressure wash it or spray paint it that very morning. Like this occurred like at 3 in the morning, so that very next morning we were already working on it once we were alerted to take care of the issue.
I do, thank you. Great point. We're on it and we immediately respond and clean it up. I think the message that I really want to convey is the crews that we're taking away from doing other beautification improvements, we shouldn't have to do this. We respond immediately because our parks are safe, and I don't want it to seem that it is extreme, but it is such that we're at a point that we really need to engage the community, because you're right, families come here. This isn't what they will see. It isn't what we want them to see. But we do receive complaints from people saying, hey, what's taking you so long to install this fence at this area or restripe this basketball court? And this is the why. Because we're having to deal with this unnecessary foolishness, and we want the community's help.
What is the breakdown here? What does it say to you about people's lack of respect for our community spaces? What's going on in society that people would treat a public place like that?
We really don't know what's causing that, but I would like to think that because our teams do such a stellar job in coming in and cleaning, the community really isn't aware of what's going on. So today is mainly an awareness campaign, letting you know this is happening. We are addressing it, but we should not be wasting taxpayers' dollars on this foolishness. So we need the community's help. See something, say something, and hopefully we won't see this kind of results.
What's your emotional response seeing these pictures?
Saddened, disgusted, frankly. Because again, Tampa is better than this. I know that there's been like some social media hype throughout the country, and it's not acceptable anywhere else, but it's not acceptable in Tampa, and that's why we're here.
How many cases exactly have there been since before spring break?
I can't give you the number, honestly, because there's some small ones, and then there's some larger ones. So we just go addressing and getting back to work. We've seen in cases where people flush entire clothing, shirts and that down the toilet, and you can imagine what happens there. Who does that? If you don't do it at your own house, why are you doing it in the parks? These are our homes collectively as a community.